City of mine, how I love the city of mine. It never gets me down. City of mine, how I love the city of mine. It never gets me down, yeah.
I was born in the city, I was raised on its edges. My pop worked his life when it's complex. I found love in its center. If I could live here forever, think it'd be for the better. I love the weather, even though it's fog 24/7. I love the people. This is a city I met all my best friends, and I wanna thank every break. I wanna thank every entrance to every building that I step in this city of mine. I owe you most my best moments in life. See, I fell in love for the first time in Golden Gate Park. I saw my first rap show at Great American Hall. I used to beg my homies for a ride across the bridge to goof off and spend the whole damn day doing whatever we want. Keith drove us down to Ice Place while we roll up a blunt, and me and Jack would get stoney, walk around and get lost. Don't think I'll ever truly pay back all I was lucky to get just by walking through the city. No, I'm a small part of this.
City of mine, how I love this city of mine. It never gets me down. City of mine, how I love this city of mine. It never gets me down.
I never really had a place to call my own, so I travel and I roam till I find that. But I'm full of adventure, so I wander and I venture, and it's safe to say that really I don't mind that. I book a flight to try to figure where my mind's at, a spot where I don't spend no money, just some time at. I mix and mingle with the people till I learn a little. I brought some weed and baby, maybe we could burn a little. She said you're funny, I said no, I'm Xavier, then I left. Sun shining, birds chirping, let me take a breath. I'm headed to the city where my chance to make it best. What people like to give a little, then you take the rest. I'm hoping one day maybe I can find a place to rest. I fell in love with life and wonder where it take me next. I like the hustle and bustle, I fell in love with the fashion. I feel the pulse of the city, it's moving me like a passion and it's mine.
How I love this city of mine. It never gets me down. City of mine. How I love this city of mine. It never gets me down. Me and my hometown, baby, we go way back. All the situations, circumstances, still we don't mind. Steady going on, I ain't dancing around the street lights. Hey, I know.
All right, there it is. There it is. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We are live on at least two of the platforms. So the YouTubians, you guys are here. Welcome to the party. And then we also got the Instagramians right here. So I don't know. YouTube, say what's up to Instagram. Instagram, say what's up to YouTube. Either way, let's kick it off. So we got about 20 minutes before we go live with our members, which we usually go live every single Monday night where we look for trades in the market. And man, the market, I think, okay, if you follow me on Instagram, I know YouTube, y'all probably like, I don't follow you on Instagram, but if you don't, you should. If you don't, you should. On the Instagram, if you've been paying attention to my story, you guys know that I was like, man, I think next week we're going to finally get the crash we've been waiting for. I don't know if we'd call it the crash yet, but we're going to call it the beginning of the crash. It's the beginning of the crash. And so let's talk about it. I want to show some charts because like I said, we got about 19 minutes for us to go live with our members, but let's talk about it here. If you want to see the charts on Instagram, slide on over to YouTube, or maybe I'll see if I can turn the camera around for the Instagram folks. So, all right, let's take a look at the S&P 500. Ladies and gentlemen, let's just start there. And by the way, wherever you from, just, I don't know, type it in the box. Let me know. I like to see where people are from. I love the love when it comes in. I love the comments. Elaine Nelson says, aloha. What's up, Elaine? Kevin on YouTube says, howdy. Benita says, lost so much money. I'm guessing you ain't had no put options. Or if you did, you had the wrong expiration. Let's see what the Instagram is talking about. ATL is here. A couple of Atlanta people here. DMV is here on Instagram. All right, YouTube. Tennessee, Texas in the building. All right, let's go to the charts. Y'all don't want to hear me read off people's names all night. Let's go to the charts and let's talk about it. Instagram, I'm going to turn y'all around, but join me on the YouTubes if you can. Let me see. Okay, Instagram in the building. They can see the charts like that. All right, let's talk about it. Boom, put me down at the bottom. Turk Mac from Florida. Got the Floridians in the building. Instagram, y'all can see my fingers. I got y'all pointed at the screen. Let's talk about it. All right. So here's what we've been looking at. And people who don't understand patterns, this is something that we teach. And so let's just talk about this pattern real quick because this is one that most people might have missed it. So let's just go straight into it. Boom. This is what a bona fide downtrend looks like. And if you're not familiar with this pattern, I'm going to break it down for you. Let me move this laptop over just a little bit. I think we're blocking the Instagram people view. Okay, Instagram, y'all good. Okay, the gram is good. All right. So boom, this is the downtrend that I be telling people about. So if you look at this chart, look at this. You get the, well, no, let's do it this way. Let's do it this way. Let's do it school style. This is where you should be selling, technically. This is where you should be selling. You can see right there where it runs up, hits. So we got what's called a double tap. I don't know if you see it, but it went bop, one tap, bop, two tap. That's a double tap. All right, so technically we should be selling right here, but we got a second run up. So we got a double tap, which what that normally means is that's double the resistance. All right, that's double the resistance. Now, if we zoom in, before we zoom in, let's talk about the first mistake that most people make. And I used to make this mistake too. Because if you know my story, when I bought my first stock with Sprint, I made this exact same mistake. I would be like, man, I don't know if the market go up. And then after the market goes up, I would make the cardinal sin of buying right here. And then as soon as I bought right there, what do y'all think happened to the stock? Boom, it got crushed. And here's the second mistake I would make. I would get out right here. I would get out right here. And so I had this whole thing reversed. I was buying when I should have been selling, and I was getting out when I should have been buying. I should have been buying down here. I should have been buying, but I was getting out down here because I was scared. And as soon as I got out, what the stock do? It would be like, boop, boop. It'd turn around. I'd be like, man, the stock market is rigged. And that's how I felt for the longest time. And so the reason I titled this, the stock market is crashing, is because if you're paying attention to the pattern, we should, in theory, continue with this sell-off. All right? And so let me zoom in right here so y'all can really see it. And you should be able to see it right there. And then again, Instagram, if y'all can't see it, you can see it better on the YouTubes. But you can see right here, guys, we got a double tap. Bop, bop, and we rolling over. And we rolling over on big volume. I ain't even going to get into that. But we get the rollover on possible big volume. And so here's what's going to happen. Most people are going to get murdered. If this sell-off continues, we got Fed Powell speaking Wednesday. We could come back down to level 1 is right here. This is level 1. And then level 2 is right here. We can come back down here to level 2. And level 3 is we come back down to the bottom of the channel. Let me extend this so y'all can see what I'm talking about. This is level 3. Level 3, we just get smacked back down to the bottom of the channel. All right. And so the problem with most traders, let's talk about the problem with most traders. Boom. The problem with most traders, and let me go, boom, direct the camera for my people here on the gram. So here's the problem with most traders, ladies and gentlemen. The problem with most people who trade is there is no one level it can pull back to. So as it pulls back to level 1, possibly pull back to level 2, level 3, most people are going to sit and watch it pull back, or they're going to say, I just don't want to look at it. I don't want to pay attention until, I'm just going to look at it to retirement. And that's what they teach us in school. That's what they teach you if you got a financial planner or somebody. They're like, it's just fine. Don't worry about it. It'll come back someday, somehow. But You don't necessarily have to wait for the comeback someday, somehow, because this is where we get locked and loaded. I don't mean to do the whole pistol thing, but the reality is this is where we get locked and loaded. And we say, not only, we're not just going to hold stocks and watch it fall and then just lose money and then hope it comes back. What we typically want to be thinking about at this level is, how do I make money on the way down and then raise capital? So if I'm profiting on the way down, that also means some good companies are getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. Could be Tesla, could be Google, could be Amazon. So if I can raise money while it's falling, meaning I'm making money, so I'm raising more money while it's falling, then when it hits either level 1 or level 2, I can slide in there, close out my put options, take that profit, then roll it over and buy some stocks at a super cheap price. But I use the stock market falling to actually pay for the stocks at a cheaper price. Now, I normally would say, does that make sense? But it don't matter if it makes sense. You got to understand the concept. And the concept is, you can make money from stocks falling. Stocks fall harder and they fall faster than they rise. And so you can make the money quicker, then turn around and put it into waiting for the stock market to turn back around and go higher. And so you can get paid while you're waiting, and then you can put that money into what we call like slow for show growth, and then also let it multiply and compound as the market starts to rebound. Let's go back to the charts. Let's go back to the charts here. All right. So I just gave you some game. This is what we got to pay attention to. I believe we pull back even further. The pattern is still the pattern until it is no more. And the pattern has not broken so far. Pattern is boom. Pattern is boom. Pattern is boom. What do we think is getting ready to happen most likely? Most likely, pattern is boom. We're most likely getting ready to roll back over. Ruby from Chesterfield, Michigan on YouTube. Welcome to the party. Philip says, I've been trying to upgrade my membership so I can get on the coaching calls tonight. Philip, give us a call at our business line or shoot us an email. I have my team check. They should be checking the emails and stuff right now. All right. So this is the pattern that we believe is going to continue. Now, if you look at some of your favorite stocks, let's look at Amazon. Now, let's look at Apple. Nah, we'll look at Amazon with the members in a few minutes here. But if you look at Apple, Apple ran right back up to this. So there's two levels of resistance on Apple if you can't see it. Resistance level number 1 is up here. And then resistance level number 2 is right here. So remember, I'm giving you free game tonight. And while I'm giving you free game tonight, I'd be remiss if I didn't remind you guys that Black Friday is still, I don't know, what do you call it? Black Friday, Cyber Monday. I don't even really like doing Black Cyber, all that stuff. Here's the deal. All the people who be like, Jay Brown, I'd love to get into the game. I wish if there's a discount, if there's just a slight chance that can I get in at this? It's tonight. It's Monday. It's Cyber Monday. Once the clock strikes 12 midnight California time, it's over. It's over. So don't be talking about wish I could, I should have on Tuesday. Talking about I missed it. All right. So check out the page. Head on over to powertradesuniversity.com if you want and join us. We're going to be going live tonight. But back to the chart. Let's go back to the chart. All right. So remember what I said earlier. I said there are levels of resistance. Okay. So this was level 1 of resistance. Or should I say, from down here, this is, so when you go back the opposite way, it works in reverse. Let me turn that so the Graham can see. It goes in reverse. So this is level 1 resistance. This is level 2 resistance on the way back up. Same thing on the way down is you get level 1 support, and then you get level 2 support. Okay, so it's not just one number. This is level 1 support, level 2. This is level 1 resistance, level 2. And so when Apple bounced right here, where did it run right up to? It ran up to level 1 resistance, sold off. Where did it bounce and run right back up to? Level 1 resistance, sold off again. Okay, so it's very important that you guys understand support and resistance. And if you don't understand support and resistance, that is what we do. We're here to kind of help guide you to understand the best time to buy and sell. When I say here's the best time to buy and sell, I really mean that. That doesn't mean we're going to be right 100% of the time. It just means there are times to buy that are highly probable that it's going to do what it's going to do than others. And there's times to sell. And so if you bought some Apple down here, that was correct to buy down here. You bought at level 2 support. This is level 2 support. You see it bounce once, it bounced twice, it bounced 3 times, 4 times, 5 times off level 2 support. But then you could also see it ran up to level 1 resistance once, ran up to level 1 resistance technically twice right here. That's number 2. Then it kind of went back up again, this small one that you probably could barely see, level number 3, and sold off. And so once you understand these support levels, these resistance levels, you have a better idea of when to buy and when to sell. And so when Apple sells off, where do you guys think it's going to sell off to? Most likely is going to come back down here at minimum to level 1 support, which is 136. Now, if it breaks level 2 support, if it breaks level 2 support, we got to look at level 3 support, which would be a whole nother. I have to zoom out and show you guys what level 3 support looks like. So anyway, we got to get ready to wrap this up. Our members are waiting for us at 8 o'clock. I got 7 minutes to get upstairs to the other studio and get ready. But was this helpful? If so, let me know in the comments, all right? Whether you're on Instagram, whether you're live on the YouTubes, was this helpful? Daniel from Milwaukee, welcome to the party. Courage Aftermath from Columbus, Ohio. Let me know if this was helpful, just like looking at the charts like that. Understanding level 1, level 2 resistance, understanding level 1, level 2 support, and seeing like real time the best times to buy and sell versus just saying, I think it's going higher. And you're like, well, based on what? Or people be like, I think it's going lower. And you're like, well, based on what? And so most people don't understand the charts are super powerful if you understand how to read them. Now, that's not the only way to trade, the only way to invest, but it's one of the top ways to reduce that. Just soon as I bought it, it sold off. It's like, well, probably if I take whatever trade you was in and I put it on the chart, I could probably map it to level 1, level 2 support, level 1, level 2 resistance. And I'm almost guaranteeing if you bought and it starts selling off as soon as you bought, I'm almost guaranteed you bought at the resistance level where you should have been getting out. And if you got out, it's like, I can't take it no more. I'm guaranteeing you probably bought or sold right at the bottom at level 1 or level 2 support, right when it was getting ready to turn back around. And this used to happen to me. And you get frustrated, like, oh, as soon as I get out, it start going back up. And it's like, because you're not paying attention to those levels. And those levels are super important. All right, I got to go. I got 5 minutes before I get upstairs to our members. If y'all want to join us on the members only sessions, remember Cyber Monday, I don't know, what do they call them? Deals, promos, still going on. Hit up powertradesuniversity.com if you want to check out those deals, or send me a DM if you're on Instagram. Leave a comment if you're on the YouTubes. But that's what we're about to go do upstairs with the members at 8 o'clock. We're going to be walking through more charts, and we're going to start to look at what are the option strategies and the trades that we need to be considering as this market continues to roll over, so that we're not sitting ducks, but we're actually able to potentially make some money from this rollover. So YouTubes, I'll see you later. Instagram, y'all next.